All right, Shalom, Makim. First and foremost, I'd like to give all praise, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bahasham, Yahushai, Bahasham, Racha, Kodash. I'd like to give double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone. I'd like to say Shalom to the elect that's teaching this word in our true faith and sincerity. And today I just want to tie this lesson, a horrible end. And that's the case for the Edomites, which in these modern times is the so-called white man, and that's his fate, the horrible end, and you can see, this is what we're heading to. This is that process that we're in now, the destruction of Edom. We actually in that process now. This man being destructured, and this is a monumental time in history. Just going back, just seeing this man being in power, his military might, the technology. It was seen that there's no way this man would even, matter of fact, let's start off in Psalm 73. There's no way this man would ever come out of power. We even tell you that in the book of Job, where the wicked live long, This man's prospering, not knowing. This is all going according to Yahweh Shema Shai. The Lord built up Egypt just to throw it down. And that's why you read in Romans the 9th chapter concerning Edom, the Lord said even for this same purpose, he's going to raise thee up, just like how he did Pharaoh. So that, this man, his military might, his technology, this nigga face on the money, everybody wearing his attire, speaking his language. But ultimately, this man is going to come to a horrible end. So let's start off in the book of Psalm 73 and verse, I start at 3. It says, "For I was envious at the foolish when I saw the prosperity of the wicked." And yeah, we at one point, before we came, introduced to this truth, was in a world and we pretty much followed the ways of the so-called white man. That's us being envious at the foolish, because this man in this system is a certain standard, what's wealthy, of a good life. And it was all these paths, whether going to college, trying to make a certain career, whether a rap career, and you on the field or on the court, just to get this 5-bedroom home and, all these things that this devil has set up for the standard of life, man. And we all followed that in one way, form, or fashion, man. It says, "For there are no bands in their death, but their strength is firm." See, this man see that he is strongly established in the planet Earth. Like I said, everybody's wearing a suit, 3-piece suit, a tie, speaking English. His military. It says, "They are not in trouble as other men, neither are they plagued like other men." Why? Because this is their rulership. This is their time to rule, man. So it will seem like this man will never come out of power. It will seem like this man will always, even if it's some form of resistance or a hurdle, he will bounce back. But that's not the case in this time, man. The Lord has smitten this man with a wound that he's not going to be able to heal from. And it begins by the way of the prophets. And now you're seeing the words play out. So matter of fact, let's jump down to verse 17. It says, "Until I went into the sanctuary of the Most High, then understood I their end." So as we tasted the heavenly gift, we have pretty much been quickened. And now we're getting the understanding of the end of Edom, man. The end of the so-called white man, his reign of terror. And that's how he's going to go out. He's going to go out in a terrible way, in a horrible way, man. But the sanctuary of the Most High, us coming into the pavilion of the Lord, the courts of Yahweh Shema Shai. Now we're understanding their end. that there is an end to this man. Matter of fact, let's get that in the book of Proverbs before we go on to it. Proverbs chapter 23 and verse 17, it says, let not thine heart envy sinners. See, going back to us following that, being envious of the wicked. So our heart is not set upon what this man presents unto us as a way out, as an outlet. You know, it says, but be thou in the fear of the Lord all the day long. This is what we have set our eyes upon. The things that are not seen, you know, because it tells you that in the book of 2 Corinthians, the 4th chapter, concerning the things that are seen are temporal. So Yahweh Shema Shai open our eyes and showed us America is not the end all be all. The so-called white man is not the end all be all. Because even the end of the world, that idea, that thought being thrown in the air, the only thing come to these people's mind is the end of the earth itself. The whole planet Earth blows up. Whether a meteor or even they entertain the idea of World War III, but when the smoke cleared and the dust settled, there is no earth. No, that's not the case. The end of the world is concerning the end of this age, man. You know? So we have been made known unto that. Hey, that's the secret when you go into Daniel, the 2nd chapter, concerning the interpretation of the dream. That secret was the revealing of those empires. In the end, you know. Oh, even St. Matthew, the 24th chapter, when the disciples came into the Lord privately and inquiring about the end of the world. What's the end of the age? The end of Edom. So we're not putting our stock into this place because this is a temporal thing. We just passing by. It says, for surely there is an end, and thine expectation shall not be cut off. But yeah, because ultimately that's part of our hope. Our hope entails the end of this man, that he's being cut off. Was that in the book of Isaiah 51? That we should not die in the pit and our bread should not fail. You know? So, hey, this man, in the end of him, is going to be a horrible end. Because, you know, what's going to cement his downfall is this destruction. The destruction, World War III, was, like I said, you know, he's being destruction now by the way of these lies being broken down. You know, these different strongholds, Christianity, and all these things. With all that's being broken down, all that's being destroyed. But then it's going to be capped off by the destruction, World War III, the plague, you know. So let's get this in the book of Wisdom of Solomon 3. And I start at verse 16. It reads, as for the children of adulterers, they should not come to their perfection. And that's concerning these elites in this lifetime. You know, they're not going to fulfill that new world order. They're not going to crown their enterprise of success. That's why it says they're not going to come to their perfection in their fullness, because that's their plan. Their goal is to see-help everybody. And that's the spirit that's on the earth. See, the Charagma, that prophecy is about to take center stage on the earth, man. You know, it's about to get its solo, so to speak. That's why in this new song, this is what you constantly hearing. You constantly hearing about the see-help, because this is what's coming up. And this is in their mind, it's for them to get their grips back upon the planet Earth. It talks about that also in Psalms 140. That the Lord should not. Matter of fact, let's just get it. I don't want to butcher it. Psalm 140. In verse 8, it reads, grant not, O Lord, the desires of the wicked. And what is the desire? The NWO. Further not his wicked device. And that device, of course, is concerning a plan or a scheme, a plot. But guess what? That plot, that plan ultimately actually lead to a device, which in the modern times, that word device actually means an electronic. You know what I mean? Something that's electronic. Because that's what it's going to lead to. It says, lest they exalt themselves, Salah. See, that's them coming into their perfection. Them implementing that thing. And for them to have the whole world to take it. But the Lord is not going to grant the desires of the wicked. The Lord is going to frustrate this man. Which we in that process now. That's why it's going to be more of a physical enforced on you by the way of him putting it into law. The way you ain't going to be able to continue in this society unless you have that thing. You know? But as we read, the Lord is going to stop this man in his tracks. So let's go back. Wisdom Solomon 3:16 says, for as for the children of adulterers, they shall not come to their perfection. And the seed of an unrighteous bed shall be rooted out. See, and that's concerning these devils being in power. They're gonna be rooted out. Over that in the book of 2nd Ezra, the 4th chapter. That evil that was sown is going to be turned upside down. Then that was good can come in. So this man is going to be rooted out. And how is that taking? We doing it now. But what's ultimately going to submit this man not bouncing back? The destruction. Let's get that in the book of what's that? The book of Malachi. Let's see. Malachi 4:1. For behold, the day cometh that shall burn as an oven. See? And we're approaching that day where America will be the lake of fire. See, the scripture talk about that lake of fire. That's talking about America, man. This whole landmass will be on fire by the way of World War III, as well as laser beams from the chariots, so-called UFOs. And this is why this day is only for a few to see it too, as well. You know, it's something that's gonna really is meant for them to be destroyed during that time, the return of our Lord. But you know, the elect itself, you know, is meant to see the salvation of our Lord. This is what a scene we coming upon. You know, World War III, so-called UFOs. You know, it says, and all the proud, and who is that? Nothing, no other but Esau, the so-called white man. He is the proud. When you read Obadiah, the pride of thy heart have to see this man. He's the one that's that characteristic is associated with him. That stigma that's associated with this man. It says, and all that do wickedly, yeah, which is 2/3 of our people that have cleaved on unto the proud, that have fellowship with the proud man. They're going to be like unto him. It says, shall be stubble. In the day that cometh shall burn them up, said the Lord of hosts, that it shall leave them neither root nor branch seed. And this is what's going to cement the downfall of this man. This is that bed being rooted up by the way of the destruction, World War III. You know, this man he ain't gonna be able to, once you uproot something, ain't no way somehow 2 weeks later you see a leaf coming back out the ground. No, that's it. Oh, the scripture talk about the Lord's gonna leave him neither son or nephew. Because it's not going to even be no more Edomites, man. You're going to be rooted up all the way out the earth. So going back, verse 17, Wisdom of Solomon 3:17, it says, for though they live long, yet they shall be nothing regarded. In their last age shall be without honor. And yeah, they have lived long. When you go into the statue of Daniel, as I mentioned, pretty much the bottom half of the statue is this devil, man. You had the Greeks, which was the thighs. Then you got the legs, the Romans. Then the feet is this beast system, man. Just going back mentioning what as I quoted with Job 21, how the wicked live long, and this nigga ain't dead yet. Out of all these abominations this man have done upon the planet Earth, the Lord haven't uprooted him. Well, this is that time. Because guess what? When we read the scriptures concerning this judgment the Lord is going to bring upon this man, he got to actually live up to that. He's got to actually live up to the wickedness for that judgment to come down upon him. So they have had a run. Yet they shall be nothing regarded. In their last age shall be without honor. Yeah, and we see that now. This man is being despised. He's being made insignificant. They tell you that the rich man he's only honored for his riches. Or he's dishonorable in his riches. So how much more in poverty? It says, or if they die quickly, and how's that death is going to be quick by the way of World War III. Let's get that in the book of Revelation 18. Because concerning an empire is a process over time, and then what the Lord is going to stop, submit the downfall by the way of this great destruction. So this is Revelation 18. I just get to the point, verse 17. It says, for in 1 hour so great riches is come to naught, and every shipmaster. Hold on, let me see. Bear with me. Verse 10. Salakia. This is Revelation 18 and 10. It says, standing afar off for the fear of our torment, saying, alas, alas, that great city Babylon, that mighty city, which is America. That's Babylon the Great. That's that city. That's that whore that sitteth on many waters, America. It says, for in 1 hour is thy judgment come. So this is how they're going to die quickly. By the way of that destruction. See, because once World War III take place, that moment, the return of our Lord Yahushua, it's not going to be a thought to where you're going to say, tomorrow you getting back to your regular schedule program. That's not going to be the case, man. Or it talks about that how Zechariah, concerning the plague, which is those missiles, talks about how their eyes going to consume them wearing their holes, which that's going to literally take place. These people actually going to melt, but also your outlook, your doctrines is going to be burned up with that as well. That's part of the works therein that's going to be burned up. The elements and the works therein is going to be burned. That's going to be part of it. So it says, or if they die quickly, they have no hope, neither comfort in the day of trial. For horrible is the end of the unrighteous generation. See? So this is going to be a horrible end for the so-called white man, the Edomites, as well as those that hold fast on 2/3 of our people, these other nations. This is going to be a horrible end, man. But it's a balance. We anticipate, we want this to come. Because, hey, it's going to be, it's horrible for them, but it's going to be good for us, man. Just going back to the our bread should not fail. We actually need them to go out like this, So yeah, I just hope to be edifying. I like to give all praise and glory to Yahweh, Ba'asham, Yahushai, Ba'asham, Racha, Kodash. I like to give them honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone. I like to say Shalom to the elect that teaching His word now, true faith and sincerity. BTA, Abba, soon, very soon.